everyone. My name is Jaybird, and welcome back. Oh, let me adjust my mic for a second. Sorry, it's not facing me. Sorry about that. How do I do this? Give me a second. Alright, sorry about that. Anyways, my name is Jaybird, and welcome back to AIRIS. I had a fun day today. It's the start of a new trimester at school, and I'm kind of tired and dead inside, and I had to go to the dentist, and got my teeth cleaned and everything, and we just kind of sleepy. But anyways, without any further ado, let's get right back to where we left off last time. Wait. Yes. Oops. I accidentally hit start. I just realized that. I'm sorry. I'm a fucking idiot. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm tired. I don't know what I'm doing. Here. 2 bears for the brave warriors. The tavern keeper places the drinks we ordered on our table, and next to me, Ever beams in pride. Thanks! Looking as though she's about to burst from excitement, Ever turns to me with a wide grin stretching from ear to ear. Alia, sorry for suddenly asking to meet you here on such short notice, but I have really amazing news. Guess what I heard? Tracing the patterns of the wooden table with my finger, I only give a half-hearted questioning hum as a response, but Ever doesn't seem to notice my lack of enthusiasm. They're thinking of awarding us with another Medal of Bravery, you and me, for how valiantly we defended the town in the front lines last time. Is that so? That's great. I know. Just saying, my medal better be bigger than yours because I'm certain I contributed more than you. Consumed by her excitement, Ever remains oblivious to my disinterested, monotone voice and grabs her beer, taking large gulps with a satisfied sigh. Only when she notices that I have yet to touch my drink does she eye me in concern and give me a nudge in the side. Hey, what's wrong, Alia? Propping my head up on the table, I only let out a small, worried sigh. Ever's smile dims in understanding, and she sets her drink down on this table. Worried about Lyle and Kylan? Yeah. Don't worry so much. I'm sure they'll be just fine. I can't help but frown in disapproval at the unconcerned tone of her voice. I suddenly understand why others in the guild are so intimidated by Evra, not just because of her amazing combat skills and her high rank, but also because of a kind of coldness and lack of empathy that she occasionally shows. It's been a week since the battle, since we've heard from either of them. Okay, I can understand if you don't particularly care about Kylan, since you barely knew him. Lyle, though, has been our friend for ages. How can you not be worried about their disappearance? Evra's expression changes almost imperceptibly. She picks up her drink to take a long sip before replying. Lyle's one of the best mages in the guild. I trust that they can take care of themselves. When is the last time you've seen them return from a fight injured? Have they even died once? What? I can't help but scowl slightly at Evra's logic. Perhaps she's right, and I know my worries may be unfounded, but... Yes, you're right about that, but... Evra cuts me off in a firm voice, poking my arm to get my attention. No. No buts. There's nothing to worry about. Even if Lyle got into some sort of trouble, which I doubt they did, we vassals are mortal, remember? They'll revive survive here just fine. Immortal? That's not true. Yes, they did put a resurrection spell on each of us when we joined the guild, but don't you remember what they said? The spell usually lasts around 10 years, but it can run out at any time. Any death can be our last one. Evra tilts her head at me, her brows furrowing. At her apparent confusion, I can't help but be amused. She's usually so put together and bright that these rare moments of airheadedness are hilarious. Of course, I wouldn't give up such a great opportunity to tease her. Evra, you were definitely told about this when you first got recruited. Everyone was. Did you forget already? Jeez, and you call me an empty-headed, impulsive idiot. Evra's face clouds over, but then she breaks out into such an easy, sassy smirk that I almost think I had imagined it. No, of course I remember. I just think that it's silly. Silly? Do you really believe what they said? I raise an eyebrow in surprise at the implication of Evra's question. Do you not? Of course not. It's complete bogus. I failed to bite back a startled laugh at Evra's confident declaration. Why would you say that? Think about it. It's been 10 years since the initial recruitment of guild members. There are over 1,000 vassals in the guild. If what they said is right, statistically speaking, surely the resurrection spell should have worn off at least one person by now. Yet I've never heard of any vassal suffering a permanent death yet. Having expected nothing more than a joke and a cheeky wink from Evra, I blink in surprise at her well-thought-out answer. Huh. There was some logic to what she said. Still, it's entirely too ridiculous to be true. Trust Evra to come up with these ideas. Perhaps this is partly why she's so unconcerned with the life and death of our comrades. It never made sense to me how such a loyal and lovely person as Evra could have such moments of apathy. But this would explain some of it. Not all of it, but at least some part of it. Is this another one of your conspiracy theories? Hey, don't just dismiss it as a conspiracy theory. It's completely true. Do you not believe me? Not at all. You know, if you're half as obedient to my commands as you are to the monarchy, we'd get along much better. An incredulous giggle of amusement burst out of my mouth despite my bad mood earlier. First off, I think we get along perfectly fine right now. Secondly, just because you're of a higher rank than me doesn't mean I need to follow your orders. Thirdly, what are you talking about? Evra's joking grin fades into a slightly more solemn expression, almost quizzical. Well, you believe everything they tell you. Do you never question what they say? Startled by her question, I give an uncomfortable chuckle and avert my gaze. I mean, I just don't think they would lie about the resurrection spell to us. Why wouldn't they? By telling us this crap, they can keep us from going reckless and crazy in battles, and they probably lessen the trouble they would from the churches or for misusing the gift of life from Mother Iona. I open my mouth to argue and tease her for her wild imagination, but I pause. Oh no! Surely it's just another crazy conspiracy theory from Evra. It doesn't make sense, does it? Maybe. I'm gonna say maybe. It could happen. It couldn't. Evra does raise an interesting point. I can see why the king would be tempted to lie to us about our mortality. even though that's honestly a terrible thing to do and has a great impact on every single one of us vassals. Sensing my hesitation, Ever gives a triumphant smirk. See? It does all sound quite suspicious, doesn't it? Amused, I shake my head at her, pushing away the doubts. Stop trying to convert me into a believer of your strange conspiracy theories. Ever pretends to be offended, but then flashes me a good-natured grin, her eyes dancing in merriment. I'm just telling you the truth. Not my fault you don't believe me. Well, either way, at least I cheered you up, didn't I? You have to admit my comforting skills are stellar. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna end this episode here. If you like this episode of AIRIS, leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, die safely. Bye-bye!